Let's make an inside-out stuffed cabbage soup. Welcome back to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and today we're gonna make a inside-out stuffed cabbage soup. Yes, it is exactly what it sounds like. It's just essentially the same thing as stuffed cabbage, but just all in a pan together in a soup. And this recipe is really roughly based on a recipe that I used to make almost 20 years ago. It was a beef and cabbage soup that was so delicious. And when I made this, it tasted exactly like it. And I'm so glad that we can give you a plant-based version. And it is super budget friendly. So this new year is here. If everybody's out there making their new budgets and trying to keep on their New Year's resolution of eating better, this is gonna let you eat better, and it's gonna save you money, and it's gonna fill you up and taste great. So we're gonna hop in. We're gonna start with our onions and our celery. So this is 2 stalks of celery that are diced and 1 large onion. And I've got my pan here on medium-high, and we're not gonna use any oil. The juice from those onions is going to come out, and it's going to keep it from sticking to the pan. And even if you do get it to start sticking a little bit, you can use a little bit of your vegetable broth or just a little bit of water, and it'll come unstuck super easy. All right, now that our onions are done, before we do that, please give this video a like if you're enjoying the show, because it really does help this show get out there to more people. All right, so our next ingredients. This is a cup of lentils that I've soaked for about 3 hours. You could do it overnight, but if you're in a rush, you could do hot water for at least 15 minutes. I soak them because it really helps to keep the gas factor down. So just like any other bean, you really want to soak them before you cook them in your dish to get rid of those lectins. And it also is going to cut down on the cooking time. So 1 cup of lentils soaked overnight, 3 hours, or at least 15 minutes with hot water. Then we've got a can of diced tomatoes, a 14-ounce can, 1 cup of rice, and this is a long grain brown rice. And then I've got 2 tablespoons of a low sodium tamari, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and a ½ teaspoon of cumin. And then the star of this soup is the cabbage. So I've got half red cabbage, half green cabbage. You can do it all red or all green. I just like to kind of do them together. You're going to get all those nutrients from the red of that cabbage and all that cruciferous goodness. So this is 8 cups of chopped cabbage. And if this seems like too big of a soup for you, you can cut it in half. I just like to make a really nice big soup, like at the beginning of the week, and then I take half of it and put it in the freezer, so I already have a meal ready to go. And then the rest we just put in the refrigerator, and then we have lunches for the week. And then I've got 1 liter of a low sodium vegetable broth. And then what makes this soup really, it gives it a lot of flavor, is a bunch of cracked pepper. And when I say a bunch, probably at least a teaspoon of cracked pepper. And that's completely up to you. You can start with just a little, and then when you serve up your serving, you can add more, or you can add more at the end after you taste the soup. All right, we're gonna let this simmer a bit. And once the cabbage starts to break down a bit, we may need to add a little bit of water. So I've got 4 cups of water ready to go, just in case. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is crowd-funded, which means these free weekly recipe videos, along with our entire catalog of free printable recipes on our website, plantbasedcookingshow.com, and our Plant-Based Cooking Made Easy cookbook series, are all made possible in part by the generous patronage of our supporting membership community. So if you love our recipes, I invite you to join us on our mission to make plant-based cooking easy, and follow the link in the description to become a supporting member today. There's no denying the plant-based diet is a nutrient powerhouse, but did you know there are a handful of hard-to-get nutrients even well-crafted diets are often lacking? The latest research suggests that complementing your diet with a few specific vitamins, minerals, and omega-3s will help boost your energy and keep you thriving for the long term. That's why my daily health routine includes Complement Essential. Complement Essential contains the 8 critical nutrients lacking from most plant-based diets in dosages optimized specifically for us. As a special discount for our viewers, just use code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout to save 15% off of your order. Okay guys, our soup is done. If you want to come in and take a look. So it took 45 minutes to cook. And it's really, that's all going to depend on your lentils and your rice. So you're just going to have to, check it maybe at a half an hour to see if the lentils are done. And, just cook it until those lentils are nice and soft. All right, so I'm going to let this cool a little bit and then I'll meet you at the table for a taste. All right, let's go in for a taste. Oh my gosh, it's still really, really hot. Cabbage makes such a great soup. You're gonna love it. Come on back next week for another great recipe.